Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How you doing today? I hope all is going well for you. I got a really short one here for you today, just try to help out my beginners. I want to give you guys 4 tips to learn for retirement, sort of get your mind working a little bit here. Look, retirement investing used to be rather boring. We couldn't see it, right? Before there were computers, you used to just have to invest and just trust what was going on. It would check in every now and then, wait for your paper statement, and then see how things are going. It didn't leave a lot of room for people to learn. And so it was just a really boring time, right? Even stories that your parents may tell you, or if you're around from that time period before computers, you know it was just like, I don't know, what's going on? I got to read the paper and all this stuff. Well, nowadays with the internet and your cell phone and things, you can check in on the markets quite a bit. You can check in on your investments quite a bit, and the younger crowd really seems to love to do this, hence the success of names like Robinhood, right? Well, we're talking about retirement today, and I want to give you just these first couple tips here just to help you out. If you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out where to go, how to get things going and everything, maybe you'll keep us in mind here at Jazz Wealth, but if you're doing it yourself, that's cool too. First thing I want you to do is research your options. So number 1, know what options you have. I don't mean the product options. I mean, know what your choices are. Chances are you're looking at the Roth IRA, the traditional IRA, or maybe the 401k. These are going to be the most common types of accounts that you're going to open. So don't overwhelm yourself with all this extra stuff and the little nuances of the different account types. Just dive right in, learn those 3 account types, and see which one maybe fits you the best. That's really, really, really simple in that case. Most of you, like I said, will go towards one of those accounts. Just see which one fits you best. All right, number 2, this is kind of a silly one, but I want you to take your phone and I want you to just get a stock market widget. At least that's what they're called on Android. I'm an Android guy, so I don't know what they're called on Apple. But I want you to get a little stock market widget. A lot of times you can get a free one, or it's even included with your phone. iPhones, I know they are. And so you just want to load it up on one of your screens, not because you're going to look at it every 10 seconds, but because you'll be able to see the major markets, S&P, Dow, and NASDAQ, and then you can load up a couple symbols that you're interested to, or maybe a couple ETFs, and you can just kind of check it every now and then. If the whole thing is red, and the next day they're all green, you're going to start to feel like, okay, what's the real sort of mood of the market lately? If every day you're looking and it's red, then you're just getting that feeling that, well, things are a little bit rough right now. It's naturally going to cause you to ask questions, and by asking questions, you'll learn a whole lot more, and well, that's good too. A lot of times those widgets actually come with news, so you may click on like the S&P 500, and you'll see a little bit of news just to see what Trump tweeted or what's going on out there in the world, which is causing this activity. Little by little, you'll just develop that feel for the market. The market has a rhythm, and it changes every now and then, but it has a rhythm, and so you'll get that feel for it without having to stress about what does this mean, what does this mean, which stock should I buy, and all this stuff. And so, you know, that's obvious, right? You can look up and research all of that stuff when you like. All right, number 3, this one's important. I want you to start talking to your friends, right? Open your mouth. This one's sort of silly, but it's really, really true. I want you to tell your friends that you're investing, tell your family that you're investing, tell everybody specifically what you're invested in, your account type, like the Roth IRA, 401k, whatever, and I want you to tell them how much money you're investing. Why do I say that? Not to show off, not to tell them that you're maybe doing better, or, you know, not to feel bad because you're behind, but because a lot of times certain investments may require a certain amount of money. So if you're just talking to a friend and you're like, I put in 10 bucks a week, you know, I'm just getting started, and in the back of their head they're going, well, I'm in this mutual fund and it's got a $5,000 minimum. You're never going to know about that if you don't talk about money. So talk to them and say, I'm doing $10 a week. I plan to get to this amount by the end of the year. Let them know the dollar amounts. When did we become such a society where we can't talk about money along the way? Tell people where you're at. Worst case, you're going to hear someone say, I remember when I put in my first $10. Yeah, that was crazy. I was scared, right? And they're going to share a story with you. That story may lead you down a path where you learn something new. It may cause you to ask a question, and hey, anytime you ask questions, you always learn something. All right, then the final thing that I want to point out here is for you in particular. I want you to start asking the question about how do you invest for your goal. It is super, super simple these days to start investing in a particular mutual fund, an index fund, an ETF, an index ETF, because you read about it, because you heard about it. Maybe I mentioned it or somebody mentioned it. Well, as long as that meets your individual goal, then great. I want you to start asking the question, how do I invest for $40,000 a year when I retire at 65 and I'm 35 or whatever the question is? You're not supposed to know the answer right now, by the way, but you're going to learn over time how to work towards that number. See, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how this person invests or how this person invests. At the end of the day, it's the numbers that you get. I was actually talking to an advisor today from a behemoth advisory firm called LPL Financial, and we were talking about how he invests for his clients. And it was night and day different how I invest for my clients because he's got different hurdles to overcome than I do. And so either way, we're both going to get there. He's not doing wrong by his clients and neither am I. We're both going to get there, but we just choose to do it in different ways. At the end of the day, it's going to get that person to their goal, and that's the whole idea. I don't want to get someone to retirement and then call them up and say, I'm sorry, we thought we invested right, wasn't enough, we didn't get you there. That would be horrible, right? Because there's nothing that person can do but go back in time. They can't go back in time and actually try to fix that. So start asking how you invest for your particular goal. And if you don't know what your goal is, then back up a step and say, what am I doing this for? Why am I investing for retirement? Or why am I investing, period? I'm investing for a goal. My goal is to grow my net worth. My goal is to hit a particular number. My goal is to retire by the age of 55 because I'm a part of the FIRE movement and I want to retire early. Okay, whatever that goal is, you've got to set down that path for that particular goal. Well, that's all I have for you today. Really short and simple video for you. Number one, search for your options. Start with the basic ones and just learn some of the basics about them. We have lots of great videos on this channel, on our YouTube channel here to help you out. Number two, load up a widget. Do something to check out quotes on your phone. Basic quotes. You don't need to see what Apple's doing every 10 seconds or whatever. Number three, start talking to your friends and make sure that you tell them about the money and the investments that you're in. Let them see, let them hear. You'll find that there's a nice exchange there. And number four, start asking about how you can hit your particular goal or define your goal if you're not sure what it is. Well, hey, I hope you'll join us later, 5 o'clock Eastern, every time on our YouTube channel, or every day on our YouTube channel, we do a stock market update show just to let you know, rather briefly, what happened in the stock market today. Hope you'll join us. We'll see you soon.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.